Didn't I? Technically,
We're
if you'll just stand there and let them know that we're actually here.
Yep, we're live.
We're live?
We are.
It's all me. I'm so excited.
It's the Joann show.
It's the Joann show here at Cut Up and Sew. But don't be too nervous about that. Josh is right here beside me, and he's setting up something for us.
No, nobody signs on to listen to me yap anyway.
Yes,
This is all about
they
you.
do. No, I told you all about my husband who said, yeah, that Josh is really entertaining.
That's funny.
So good morning to you all. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're joining us. And I hope that you're having a good day and you had a great weekend. It was such a beautiful weekend.
It was. I can't believe that I woke up and I was like, it is cold again. What's happening?
Yes, it is. And it didn't get cold until later yesterday. So it left the rest of the weekend as a good,
That's right.
as a nice temperature. Nice to be outside.
We're going to go ahead and add a camera on last minute change. So
That'll be good because there's great fabric here today for you to see.
right. And anybody on yet? Here, you want to hold it? I want to wrap it behind there.
Can I do anything here?
No, cheer me on.
Josh, you're doing such a great job. I'm so impressed.
Positive.
There's somebody on YouTube. That's kind of cool.
Fantastic.
Oh,
Well, hello on YouTube.
Welcome.
You can probably pull that table, Tony.
Yeah.
So if you're on YouTube, make sure you invite your friends to join you on YouTube also. That'll be fun to see more people there. And Josh is going to do his usual.
Well, no, that's Tony. She does this. She milked a cow.
Yeah, I don't know any cows. I just do this.
All right, we got sound. Let me just click on here so we can do our normal saying good morning to everybody.
Good morning. Good
Good
morning.
morning, good morning. Only one person. Wake up, everybody. It's
Yeah.
Monday.
Monday. And I'm sorry about the time change. I have nothing to do with that, or I would have outlawed this day.
I agree. Morning, Mary. My wife goes, I thought they were going to change that and cancel it. Didn't like a year ago they were talking about literally getting rid of it?
Yes. And
What
I thought November was going to be the last time change. And then somebody enlightened me to the fact that they have decided to keep it. I don't know why, because it makes people really irritable.
My buddy sent me a text this morning. He said, did we do it? Did we save the daylight?
We say the daylight.
All I know is when I woke up this morning, it was dark outside and cold.
That's all right, though. Good morning, Maria, Barbara. All right, everybody's waking up. Hey,
All right.
Janice. All right, we got the camera set up,
Mhm.
ready to rock? The other camera?
Oh, no. I'll figure wait till we actually have something down there.
Oh, that's fine. Okay, cool. All right. Good morning. All right, I love it.
This is a fun little tool that you found in your collection.
We'll talk.
Kennedy found that.
Maria wants to show that. Or you
Maria,
can-
right? It's actually pretty cool. So, and I go. She goes, yeah, you should talk about this. I was like, I should talk about this. I do know that there's a quarter. Well, we'll get to that, and
Okay.
I bet you'll be able to figure it out. And she says, "Oh, Tony knows all about it." You'll be fine.
Yeah,
I said, "Okay."
I like it.
It's a great tool.
It's a cool little gadget. We like gadgets. and
Oh, Pat's
tools.
on too. Good morning, Pat.
Good morning, Pat. Good morning, Linda. Good morning, Cindy. All right, Cindy's here. The crew's here. We can start.
Okay. Good morning.
Where do we start? All right, I'm going to start right here, actually.
I agree.
Actually, no, I'm going to start. I'm going to segue into that. So the shop hop is on and rocking. It's been a good start. As last year, you just never know when, because it's 2 months long, it's so spread out and they're coming from all over the place. And we're like, okay, bike week is going to hurt us.
Really?
Well, because we're close enough to Daytona, so people, but the way that we are actually grouped, what do they call it, regions,
Mhm.
they put us in a different region than like sew and quilt, so
Right.
people are kind of breaking it up. So bike week, I don't think affected us.
Well, yeah, and it's over. So
It is over, so yeah, you feel free to come on this way. But it's been a great start, so it's been fun seeing a lot of people that we have only seen from the shop hop last year, which is cool. So come on in. We still have shop hop fabric. We do not have magazines.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. bittersweet. We wanted to get rid of them, but at the same time, if somebody was wanting one, apologies. I'm sure there are still magazines out there. My recommendations: go to the All Florida Shop Hop Facebook group and say, "Help! Who has magazines?"
Exactly.
I was just someplace the other day that still had them. Oh, I think Sewing Garrett.
Okay, cool. That's not far. That's Daytona. So,
Yep.
all right. So Shop Hop magazines are out. Shop Hop fabric, we still have a good amount. There's, I think, one of the blenders we ran out of, and we'll run out of it, but it's not yet.
So do the blenders from this year's fabric go with last year's fabric?
No.
No, of course not. It'd be bad.
That would make sense. I liked last year's color way better, so I wish the answer was yes. Truthfully, I don't. You guys know my feelings about the colors this year.
Just not your
I
thing.
love the Shop Hop, so I'm here for it. I support it. I'm excited. I've been excited.
You know, and if you haven't done that before, done the Shop Hop thing, it is so much fun just to really see what else is around, because every shop is different. It's going to be rare that you go into one shop and they have all the same things that somebody else does, which has a good and bad side to it. But it's fun to see all the different shops and how they approach quilting and what they have to offer. And there's all sorts of different inspiration at all the different shops. So it's a cool thing to do.
It is cool, and if you're doing it for the first time, I learned tips and tricks from the people that have been doing this. Like there are serial shop hoppers that have done all state shop hops, and they're like literally making notes or giving it like a rating system of ones that they will revisit.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, because we hit you right when you walk in the door with a hello and a big old smile, and that's important.
Yes, and I've heard that there are shops that don't do that.
I know, and so I've seen the notes. They're like, and they're like, well, hold on, what are you going to write for this little shop? Give me your pen, I'll write it for you. But truthfully, so take little notes because you will not remember where you went.
Right.
That's where I was going.
That's a great idea. And the other thing that I have found to be helpful is to have a plan as to where you're going to go, because you can end up going all over the place in all sorts of different directions and be very frustrated by that. So if you have a plan, just think about it before you head out.
And if you are going to a shop that is closing soon, call.
Oh, time.
Like, let them know, hey, we're on the way.
Right, exactly.
We will absolutely stay for you. I would assume most shops should. I know that we were here, we closed at 4 on Saturday, and we were here with a couple talking about some stuff until 4:45. And I was getting ready to leave, and a lady came in and was click, click, click. She goes, oh, I thought it said 5. And we looked, and it did say 4, but I was here, so we stayed. I mean, but if you call ahead,
just that kind of guy.
Well, that's toot my own horn, right? That's not what I was saying. But if she had called, I would have, absolutely kept the door unlocked. Yeah. So anyway, all right. Good morning, Tammy. I hope you're feeling better.
Me too. Yeah, we do.
The fabric mission.
What a mess she has to come to.
We're saving it for you.
Is that why I can find fabric this
Yeah.
week? Is it still
same
in
place.
the same place?
That's right.
Sure. We put things away.
And
It's not good.
I was going to say, we're out of a lot of stuff. So anyway, I hope you are feeling better, Tamara. We miss you. Good morning, Martha, Teresa, Paula, Bonnie, Sheila, Finn. All right. Love seeing you last week. Sheila, I agree. Sorry, it got a little crazy at the end there. We had cabinets outside and it started to rain, and Shannon's like, I need some help. So anyway.
I took care of them.
Good stuff. Okay, so while you're shop hopping, or just if you're here in the shop, last year shop hoppers came and then they went to go get ice cream, but the ice cream shop, Sweet Melissa's,
Which is the best in Palm Coast.
Yeah,
Might be the best in Florida.
I agree. It's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
I'm slightly biased because the owners are amazing and they do really good things for the community, but the flavors are awesome.
The flavors are awesome. All made right there
in
the shop.
But they only open at 1. And so shop hoppers get here at 10:30, 11. They want ice cream. They're like, I've been up since 6. It's lunchtime. And he goes, man, I can't open that early. So we kind of teamed up, and he is giving me ice cream to keep in the freezer. We have cups. It's not a 1 cup. It's crammed into it. So, but it is technically a cup of flavors that you can get here from Sweet Melissa's. And the cool thing is it's $4. That's it. But all of the proceeds go to a charity.
Awesome. Now I have to ask, what flavors do you have?
So right now in the freezer, I have strawberry vanilla, and I just put Choco Coffee. It's like a chocolate coffee crunch
Oh,
Oh,
yum.
slice of heaven. I
Can we
don't know.
start now?
Yeah, I almost brought one. I was like, but
That
yeah.
sounds delicious.
So he does have other flavors, and I know people are like, they don't have the flavor I like. You lying? Who doesn't like vanilla? First of all,
There's got to be a good
Strawberry.
second.
yeah. More, it's for an amazing cause. We're gonna do different charities. I put each week. That may change to bi-weekly, or it just really depends on the response we get from you guys. So just wanted to make sure you knew about that, because this sign is up by the door, but we get so busy sometimes we forget. So if you're shop hopping, or if you're just coming in and you want ice cream, we got it. That's what we're-
Awesome.
And we're gonna try our best to keep harassing people as they walk in. We've got cookies and water for you, but
Ice cream. Goes
Ice
great
cream.
with cookies.
ice cream for charity.
That's right.
I
And
mean,
you can't go wrong with Sweet Melissa's.
no, you can't. Hey, Carol, good morning. Wow, that's nice from them ice cream. That's right. Hey, Denise, good morning. Jody, all right. Went down there. It's so good. Yeah, Sheila, it's phenomenal. So, and if it's after 1 o'clock, even though the proceeds won't technically go to charity, they've got a slew of flavors. We just can't bring them all here.
Yeah.
They have adult ice cream too for those of you that are not driving.
Who are the navigators?
Stop in and see it.
Or have an adult beverage and then hang out here for an hour.
Mhm.
Or maybe we could do floats.
Oh, there you go.
What an idea.
That's good. All right.
Later, happy hour.
Happy hour.
It's
$5
always full
right?
size.
Okay, so ice cream, yay, fun. We're getting sidetracked. We get excited to talk about ice cream.
Okay.
What else is on? Oh, Sewing for Charity. Sticking on that. March 30th is our next Sewing for Charity party. Chemotherapy caps.
Mhm.
Tony has the pattern. We will provide the pattern. We're going to print it out. We'll have the pattern. It's very easy, right? I mean,
Yeah.
It's a simple. So beginner sewers, more than welcome to come join us.
Sergers are great.
Sergers would make it a lot faster. We could have, and I'll put some sergers out.
Okay.
Sorry, what were we going to say?
Is this the one where we're encouraging people to bring like flannels and things like that?
Yeah, something soft and with stretch. You got to think it's got to go over their head, and then it's got to be fitting. So we have some that was donated. It would be great. It's like a sweatshirt material.
Yeah.
It is Florida, so don't, Tony and I were thinking, you don't want it to be too hot. It needs to be somewhat breathable, but the biggest thing is it needs to be cozy. And honestly, even though Florida, they're in a hospital. I've been in hospital. It's cold.
It's
I was gonna
freezing.
say,
So,
And
with no
people-
hair, I mean, maybe the fleece is the way to go, as long as it has a stretch to it. So we are accepting donations of fabric. If you're going to come join us and you have some, you can bring it that day just for yourself to use. Or if you can't join us and you want to drop some off, that's amazing.
We have 3 knits.
And we do have some knits. Yeah. Cool. Also on March 30th, while you're here sewing for charity, get your scissors sharpened. Yeah,
Awesome.
That's right. Or your throwing axes. We're doing.
Yeah, we're not going to do throwing axes and ice cream floats with alcohol at
True.
the same time.
That's true. And I think there was a restaurant here in town that I think they closed sadly, but it was a bar where you could go and drink beer and throw axes. And I'm like, what a horrible concept.
There's a lot of those around, and I'm horrified at it. How many people are killed in that every year?
Oh, God. You probably have to sign a waiver. I'm
Probably.
pretty sure you do. But anyway, so yeah, scissors. He is awesome. He sharpens anything except saw, everything except saws. Pinking shears for sure.
And if you
I didn't
have
ask about
Mary Kay Buckley scissors, they are only serrated on one side, so he can sharpen the other side. Can't sharpen the serrated edge, but you can sharpen the other side, and they come out just like new. Perfect.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
Find the answer, and I totally forgot, but look who had it. Welcome back.
I am just a wealth of information. Just ask me.
Okay. Good morning, Brad. Hey, Deanna. Set up a quilt. We can throw axes at the shop. Brad, that's good.
Is that like pin the axe on the donkey?
Who's gonna be offended? Whose quilt are we picking? They're gonna be like, great, that's what you. Brad, if you make us a quilt, we will hang it up and let people throw stuff at it.
No.
No, no.
Let's not
We can do pin the
I like
axe.
the idea.
I do too. Darts.
Pin the block on the quilt.
Oh, there you go.
That'd be fun, right? You gotta blindfold them like pin the tail of the dog. Enough sweet Melissa's adult ice cream. I can see this happening. Good morning, Leona. All right, so that's gonna be fun. Scissor sharpening and sewing for charity. We always love it. You guys are amazing. It's super important to us. So come and hang out with us on the 30th. April is a huge month.
Can you take the ice cream thing down now?
Yes.
So
I
people can see you.
Well, here's what I'll do.
This has to come down.
I'll just
I can move it over here.
slide it.
Velcro attached to Velcro target. That's not a bad idea either.
Velcro. Is that out of the way?
That just sounds entirely too safe.
Oh.
That's way too safe. We need a little danger in our lives.
Right.
Velcro
We could do
attachment.
roast.
That's great.
Doesn't that sound? Live
What's that?
dangerously, come to your local quote
Come
store.
to cut up and sew.
You
Live
can do. You
dangerously.
can use your rotary blades as throwing discs.
This is going up.
Rotary blade ninja stars.
There you go.
All right, we have.
Gone way off. Yes, off the tracks.
That's all right. We're having fun. I love it. Good morning, Ann. All right, what was I saying? April is going to be an amazing month. A lot of stuff going on. So, we just made a little change. So for the 2 people that have already signed up, we're going to call you soon. Sam, talking to you. April is National Serger Month. So that's exciting. Baby Lock has a limited edition serger that's coming out. I will have it in store to show you as soon as I get it. I don't know when I'm going to get it, but it's crazy that April's almost here. So I assume it's pretty soon. We've had a lot of things serger related in the past, but we're going to do a lot more. We have our serger club that meets someday every month.
I want to say it's the fourth
Tuesday of every month. Out of focus.
Yeah, I was looking to see if it's online like that.
I look in focus on my camera.
It might be the internet. The internet's fluctuating.
The internet's wonky. All right, I'm going to keep rocking. Thanks
Keep
for letting
rocking.
us know, Cindy. It's all right. You don't need to see me. You can just hear me. What was I saying? Sergers. So our serger club meets every month. I think Tony's going to tell me the date. Or Cindy, you can tell me. Is it the 4th?
Fourth Tuesday of the month.
Oh, it is the 4th Tuesday of every month?
Mhm.
Okay, which is awesome. It's a free club, and the whole point of that is to get people excited about using your serger. Not only for garment sewing, for quilting, for bag making. I mean, sergers can do a lot more than what a lot of people think that sergers are intended for. And so, and sergers these days with the air thread technology, threading them is easy now. And so now it's just a matter of finding something fun to do with it and getting creative. So the whole goal of all of our clubs, Serger Club included, is inspiration and motivation. So I'm excited about that. We also are working on doing a Serger 101 class for people who either are wanting to purchase a new serger, get a new serger, and learn how to use it, or somebody who has one in the corner collecting dust and needs an excuse to figure it out. So
That's a good idea because sergers can be intimidating.
absolutely.
Very.
It used to be intimidating because of the threading. I mean, that was the biggest thing, and people think, well, or they think, well, I don't garment sew. I don't need a serger. And I'm like, you've done binding with a serger? You know how much faster it is? But we're gonna have. I know she's looking at me the same way everybody else looked at me, but I'm telling you,
Judy will teach it.
There are
Yeah.
people who do that.
yeah, and we're gonna teach it. We're gonna work on that too. But other than Serger Month, National Serger Month, it's also, and we made this up kind of, but it's our art month.
So fun.
Every month is art month, but we're going to have the art show, art trunk show that kind of has been traveling around with SACWA here for the first 3 weeks in April, 70 pieces. Did you get to see them at the show by any chance at Daytona?
I did, but I don't remember that.
So they're
I didn't
small
look at that.
pieces, so that way they can travel and they can showcase, I think it's 70 pieces. So I'm just really excited to have that in the shop to let you guys come in and just see what is out there. What are people doing? Again, everything's about inspiration, motivation. We love art quilts, collage quilts, perfect segue. is one that is probably the most popular if you want to like put it in a genre
Yeah.
or whatever of quilting, art quilts. But there's so much out there with thread painting and everything else and using different mediums. And so I'm excited for the trunk show, but also the switch that we just made with Joann's class,
The collage.
the collage quilt class, because it was going to be in May,
Mhm.
but we're going to go ahead and put it in
April.
April because it makes sense.
That's
It's
right,
art month.
because it's art month.
So you've done collage quilting for what?
A long time.
A long time?
Mhm. Probably about 7-8 years now.
Okay, and we're doing your class is the Laura Heine.
Yeah, I use
Technique,
the Laura Heine technique, and I teach that if you are, and you know, if you come and want to do one of her one of her patterns, that's perfectly fine. You can bring your pattern. I know that there's a lot of people who have several in their collection, which they've never taken out and used because they don't know where to start.
Yeah.
So if you want to bring one of those, that's absolutely fine. But I think this time I'm going to work a little bit with, let's say you don't want to buy a pattern that costs $35 and you want to do your own thing, or maybe you've done some things before and you want to start branching out. The technique is still the perfect technique to do that with, and you can kind of improvise and do your own thing. So I think I'm going to work a little bit with that, as well as just doing the basic Laura Heine. This is how you do a pattern. So you can go either way. You can do your own thing. You can do a pattern.
Awesome. And we were just toying around playing with the idea. You kind of said we should come up with something fun. So we're going to work on seeing if we can't come up with a fun collage
And
pattern.
we'll do that. And I was
idea.
thinking we should look at some of those Sakwa quilts and see what they have in their collection and see if there's some technique there that might be fun to transfer into a collage.
Cool.
So
Yeah, that's why I love art quilting, because I mean
It's free.
sky's the limit, right?
Yeah.
There's no no boundaries. Think outside of the box. Have fun with it.
mhm.
For me, it's always like, what has not been done? Well, like everything's been done.
Mhm.
But technically, there's always a way to do it and make it your own. You
Mhm.
know.
Yeah, that's right. Everything's been done, but maybe it hasn't been done by you. And
Very
so, and then when you do whatever it is you decide to do, it takes on your own personality, and so it makes it different.
Yep.
That's a good thing.
Absolutely. Surgery class, hopefully on a day I have free. Absolutely. I hope that works out for you, Denise. Yeah, that's in the works yet, so it's not on the calendar, but
It will be.
it will be fairly soon.
Mhm.
Okay. Surgery 101, we hear you, Sheila, so we'll get that done. That's a definite. We just got to find the dates for it. Collage class was fun. Sheila took that with you, I think.
Mhm.
Yeah, pretty sure she did.
Mhm.
We've offered it, twice here,
Mhm.
but it's been long enough. And I know
It's been a year.
people see them and they go, oh, I'd love to do that, but they are terrified to do it on their own. So
Mhm.
I'm glad to bring it back.
Yeah, it's a fun thing to do, and I have to admit I was one of those people that finally bought a pattern. I opened it up and looked at it and thought,
Well,
I have no idea what to do here, and I folded it up and put it away for about 3 years.
yeah. Well, you're not alone. But now look at you though.
Now look at
And Cassie, a prime example, she's like, I don't think I'm gonna like this. Then she was addicted and she did like a bazillion of them.
She's still doing them.
She's still doing them.
Is she doing that? She's done some beautiful.
She
things.
did the wedding gift
Yes,
for her friends, and she's done a
Yes.
bunch of the faces, and
she's amazing.
She's
I wish I had her quote. I wish I had her creativity. It's beautiful.
she's awesome. Good morning, Angelina from Omaha. Nice to see you on here. So okay, April's gonna be fun. Lots of stuff. Sergers and art and sergers.
Okay, sounds good.
Don't forget about this. Super fast. I think you can. I don't know if the camera. I don't
Yep,
know.
you can see it.
Okay,
Sort of.
don't forget, this is the May in Bloom, I think is what it's called, right?
Mhm.
May in Bloom. This is the current month's Riley Blake door banner project. We have one going every month. There is a limited number, so once these are gone, they're gone. You can't reorder them. So it's a fun, comes in a really cool Riley Blake. Obviously, the marketing is fantastic. You get the kit, and then we'll have a class taught by Christy to show you the techniques, and it is a hands-on, but then you can go home and finish it.
Mhm.
So we're doing these every month for 12 months.
Mhm.
Ooh, gonna be fun. Put that there. What else we got up here? Oh, Catch-All Caddy. We don't have Christy's sample yet. Christy, if you're watching,
Just saying.
just saying.
Pull it together.
She's got a lot going on, I'm sure. But yeah, the other day.
It's the
Last week in March.
and the first
week in April.
Fridays.
Yeah.
Fridays.
Friday. Yes, the last Friday in March, first Friday in April. And I'll tell you that we're using this pattern, and you can make the pattern just the way it is if you want. However, Christy has consented to redesign it just a little bit, so it's a little bit more user friendly for if you want to take it to classes. You can, there's pockets and places to put all your stuff for a class. I've been carrying a canvas bag forever that I love, and people always comment on it, which is why I asked Christy to make this change. And it's just a nice class bag. So I wanted to rename this Cut Up and Sew Classy Bag. But,
I like it.
but we haven't done that yet. But
Hold on, let
anyway,
me
so
just
you can go
write-
either way. You can go either way with that. The one for the classy bag doesn't have any zippers. So if that attracts you to a bag, which does for me because I hate the zippers,
Zippers.
but it's just a cute little bag. It's a little bit bigger than the catch-all caddy.
Awesome.
But we have openings. That's why you're showing it.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. We have spots available. So that's why I was pointing that out. So maybe we don't need a sample because you guys are creating your own little thing, which is fantastic. We'll still have a sample. And if you just want to do it the boring way, you know.
It's actually pretty
The regular
cool.
way is awesome. We've done it before. It's fantastic. You guys know we love lighting. Come on. Real fast, kids classes.
You have dates?
Yep.
We do. Right there. I'm not going to read it, but basically the end of June, well, I'll just say it, 25th, 6th, and 7th, and then July 9th, 11th, 23rd, 24th, and 25th. Then I think there might be...
We'll add some more.
Yeah, we're adding a couple more. So we're excited to offer classes to kids. I mean, we do it year round, but not like this. It's not so many, especially when kids are out of school. You know, so this is exciting. So it's not a
camp.
A camp.
They're
They're
individual.
individual classes.
Individual.
So pick the dates that work for you. Feel free to sign up for all of them. They're all fantastic.
And they're different teachers.
Every single one, every class is a different project, and there's different teachers, so kids can get different inspiration, different education. I'm excited about this.
Now, do moms come to this? Or is it
Yes,
just
but
the
then we asked that. Well, we don't. I don't know. I feel like my kid. I'll speak about him. He does so much better in a class if I'm not there.
kids? Mhm. That's very true.
There's no
And,
distractions, and we don't want you to handhold. That's what we have teachers for, and they're in good hands. So if you want to sit in the back and hang out, and watch, we're not gonna kick you out.
Or
Or go to
look
Sweet
around the
Melissa's.
fabric.
Go to Sweet Melissa.
Sweet.
Yeah,
But your kids might not.
because
like
this
the fact.
afternoon class will be open.
It's an afternoon class. They're
Yeah.
open.
But
Or
your
we
kids
got it
may
in the
be a
free.
little disappointed that they don't get to go. The other thing is that there's the age suggested for this is age 14.
Yep.
So
And I've said that before. Give me a call if you think your kid is, they're 7 years old, but they've been sewing. Feel free to call me. That's
mhm.
it's a suggestion because that's usually the age group that is good for this kind of education.
And how many hours is the class?
20,
2.5.
2.5
Just
hours.
depends. It just depends on the kids.
Well,
too.
yeah, and then depends how if they, the classes. If there's not anything following up afterwards and they're not finished,
Mhm.
you
can
stay. Yeah.
Or if they're ready to leave, you can do that too.
Yep. Just wanted to point this out super fast. We love embroidery. Obviously, we've had a lot of people get embroidery machines and getting excited about embroidery. These have been around for a little bit. Your embroidery,
There's a sample roll in there.
there is. There you go. Oh, I should have prepped. So you want to hold those up for me, Joann? What's nice is people were saying, I wish they made them for the larger rolls.
Oh, so there's two in this
It's
container.
like they heard you. Because now they have them for those of you that buy the larger
Stabilizer.
stabilizer rolls. Now they offer it in 2 sizes, which is really cool. So here's the idea. It's just like the saran wrap things. You've got your roll of stabilizer in there. You pull out the amount that you need. And then, I don't know if can the camera see that?
Yeah, well, totally. It's kind of cool.
Huh?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And then
Zip.
you just zip it and cut it off.
Whoa.
Just like at home.
I don't think it's quite. I mean, you could always put this in your kitchen and put your saran wrap in there, but
I
It's
would.
probably better than the saran wrap. Those things are janky.
Yeah.
I hate those things. I said janky. I pointed it out. Dang it. We go live so much now. There's certain words that people, Tony, and mainly have called me out on. And my wife, I say whoop whoop all the time, and janky apparently.
This is the
Literally.
first time I've heard janky, but
Oh, good. Then I can keep using that one. And I'm not going to stop saying whoop whoop. That's just enthusiasm.
That's excitement.
yeah, but don't expect me to do the same.
Oh, come
Fair enough.
on.
I'll have to find my own thing.
Are they on your website? Yeah, absolutely. They should be, Angelina. Basically, everything in our shop is on our website.
Mhm.
Every once in a while, there's sales and deals that we do that we can't put on the website, but pretty much everything in here. And if you have problems, we've tried to make our website as user-friendly as possible, but just call us. You know that. Also, it's a ruler.
It's a
It's a
gauge.
throwing star.
It's a gauge.
So, okay, it's a gauge. So, Joann, what would you use this for?
I have used
I'll
it
show
in the
them real
past just to double check sizes. It has the 1/4 inch. If you're a dressmaker, also it has 1/4 inch. It has 3/8 of an inch. It has, what is this one? A 1/2 inch and 5/8. So all those different size seams, you can check for the seam size to make sure you're doing the correct size, and you can check it, all the way along your seam to make sure it's staying the same. Nice little 2-inch ruler. I haven't seen it like that.
What I like about it and how Maria pointed it out to me, and I was like, ooh, so it's small. So your machine is there, right? Your needle's here, and you're trying to make sure that you're at the 1/4 inch. Well, this can fit right underneath there. It's not a big bulky ruler. So you can go right up underneath your machine, where your needle is, and get right in there and check your 1/4 inch, which is great.
The other thing it'd be
Yes.
good for ruler work. Like if you have to measure, when you're turning your ruler and you have to have that 1/4 inch area, like Sam was showing, you can stick that there, put the ruler up against it, and then
Yeah, for ruler work is what Tony was saying. Good point. Anyway, we just got
I have
these
to
in.
show you. It's a
It's
visual
fun
thing.
little cool gadget. We love showing you new things. So there you go.
So next week, Tony's going to be showing us exactly what she just said.
if they took the Sam class,
If you were
they
with us
would
for
they would have
for
known.
the Genome with Sam
Oh,
Cullen was here. We did 2 days of ruler work.
Mhm.
That would be very
Okay.
helpful.
Yeah.
If you're doing ruler work, because you need to
Okay.
measure the distance. Angelina, yes, they are on the website. I don't know if you heard that. We use ruler in the freeform class. Absolutely awesome. Sam's class. There you go, Denise. Perfect. That's what we were talking about. Yeah, okay. Hi, Nina, by the way. Nina, your classes are all full, but we still have spots. Well, we don't really have spots, but we'll make spots because we'll bring as many chairs as we
Chairs
need for the thread lecture.
Okay.
So everything you know you didn't need to know about thread. Dang, I had it too. It's going to be awesome. Literally every question that you have about thread will be answered. Plus questions you didn't know you had.
Yeah, and Nina is absolutely delightful. And honestly, I met her at the show, and she is my new best friend. So
Fantastic.
just adding that. So you can't have that spot if you're thinking about it.
Yeah, that's right. We're so excited to have Nina back. All right, so here's some fabric, and then I promise I'm going to stop yapping, and we're going to let Joann talk to you. We're going lower,
Yeah.
so just loosen that.
It's not working.
Hold on.
You have to listen to the top one first.
I don't know my own strength, I guess.
That'll work.
That-
That'll work. We have an earthquake. That's all.
Shaky. Which way are you going? Straighten it out.
Okay,
That showed okay?
that works.
All right, there we go. I guess I can look in the camera myself. Everything you didn't know you need to know about thread. I was so close, I
She
swear.
just copy and paste it every time she goes. You go live.
Nina, if I'm ever live, you have to jump on and save me. Good morning, Paula. All right, so we got some new fabric in. This is Liberty Fabrics, but it's called Arthur's Garden, Collection 1. And it's a little different than what we've been getting in recently. Of course, you know, anything Asian inspired, I'm going to get because I love. And this is just a really nice line, kind of soft. I dare even call it fairly traditional.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. And
Liberty is kind of known for.
kind of nice for, you know, your patriotic kind of quilts. You know, the
Yeah,
red, white, and blue.
blue for sure. This
Perfect.
is just a nice floral. Is that good?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And this has a neat stripe to it. So if you like stripes in your borders or
Binding even. Yeah.
or in your binding, it's great stripe for that. Really nice.
Yeah. But I like that it's a little wavy. It's not like a.
Yeah, it's not straight, so it's a nice wave to it.
Now this one's more bluer in person than it is on the camera.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at the camera. Actually,
Looks
it's
great.
definitely more of a rich blue. I don't know if that camera shows it any different.
Does the
Yeah, it does actually. It's much prettier.
Did you switch it over?
Mhm.
Yeah, there you can see the blue. Yeah,
it's pretty fast.
that's interesting that it's grayed out on that one. And this is the lighter blue. So
It's white. It's like a white on blue.
you got both cameras up
Mm-hmm.
still. Okay, that's fine. I'll just do it like this.
Cool.
So nice collection. And there's your red, and
Which looks orange on the camera.
it does look orange.
Mhm.
Well, then we'll go to this camera.
There, it looks red.
You know, that's an Apple phone thing, that variation in color.
Well, we don't have Apple phone working though.
Isn't, oh,
No, she's using that.
Mhm.
never mind.
But yeah, different phones do have.
Different coloring.
All right, I think that's it for all the fun stuff I'm going to talk about today.
So that
I
means it's my turn, right?
It is. Other than friendly reminder, you guys are amazing. You've been reviewing us and giving us 5 stars. It means the world to us. It really does. But again, it's just one of those things. We're trying to reach people that don't know Cut Up and Sew is here. And you know as well as I do, when we go to look at something online or go somewhere that we haven't been before, restaurants, shops, whatever, we look at reviews.
Mhm.
So you saying nice things about us
Oh.
means the world to us. And you can do it on Facebook. Facebook allows you to review,
Mhm.
or you can just go to Google. Or if you're in the shop, or I don't know if you can screenshot that or not, but you can try. But when you're in the shop next time, if you think about it, these are up at the counter. We've made it easy. Just scan that, and it'll take you right to where you can leave us a review. And if you don't want to leave us a 5-star review, then ignore this. Don't do it.
He is entertaining.
Good morning, Jill. All right. The
Ready?
floor is yours.
Okay.
Zip it.
So today I want to talk about flying geese, and specifically 4 at a time flying geese. Now I'll tell you there's several different ways you can make flying geese. Whatever way works for you is the way you should do it. But 4 at a time, I have found that 4 at a time is something that I really like, because I'll show you this. So this is a quilt that I've been working on longer than I like to admit.
Oh, it's coming
if you
together.
Notice right here, the block is here, and then between the blocks, somewhere, there are flying geese. A border of flying geese going around every block. The quilt ended up needing 376 flying geese, which if I'd known in advance, I wouldn't have done that. But so what I've done is I've been making my flying geese 4 at a time. So this is a sample of the strip that uses the flying geese. Or actually, I think I left that right here.
No,
Yeah, I'll hold it, and then we'll let you
Go to the camera.
go to the other camera.
So those are the flying geese. Now, the reason I like the 4 at a time is because it gives me 4 at a time, and I find it so much easier to make them that way and faster for me. That's the way everybody has the way that works best for them. And for me, it works best to do 4 at a time, and I can do them quickly and pretty efficiently. So I'm just going to go over the technique to do that really quick so that you can see it. And I can't see anything that really tells me where we are.
Yeah, so I was just gonna. So basically, there's your camera. So if you can stay to your right of this 4, you should be good.
Okay. So you're going to start out with 1 large square and 4 small squares. Now you can go anywhere. You can
I don't
Google
think you can get me
and
close.
find all kinds of you can find all kinds of instructions for doing this. You can find charts that will tell you how big to make this square and how big to make the smaller squares. And and they will all tell you pretty much the same thing. Now, I will tell you that for me, what has happened, and there may be those of you out there who have the same problem. When you make your 4 at a time flying geese, the way with using the numbers that the charts or the patterns usually refer to, they come out with, you're not getting a big enough, you're not being able to get a nice 1/4 inch seam at the peak of your flying geese. Now, the problem I have found is, and there's an easy solution to that. So let's say you want to do a flying geese block that is 2.5, that ends up being 2 by 4 or 2.5 by 4.5 unfinished. The patterns will say that you want your larger block to be 5 1/4 and your smaller block to be 2 7/8. Well, we all know how much we hate to cut those 7/8. But if you switch that, you leave the 5 1/4 the same, but you switch your smaller number up 1/8 of an inch. So instead of cutting 2 7/8, you cut 3 inches. When you do that, when you make that change and you put them together, you'll get 1/4 of an inch at the peak of every flying geese. Now, the obviously it must work for people to do the numbers that they have on the internet or in the charts or in the pattern even, but it doesn't work for me. And I know that there's probably at least half the people making flying geese 4 at a time that get frustrated with that and they end up not doing it again. So just make that one small change. Take your smaller square, add 1/8 of an inch, and it'll come out perfectly. Now, to make the 4 at a time, you're going to put 2 of your smaller squares on top of your larger square, just like that, and then draw a line from corner to corner. Now, if you want, you can draw your lines on your smaller squares to begin with, however you want to do that, but you need a line that goes from here to here. And then you're going to sew 1/4 of an inch on either side of that line. I try and make that a small 1/4 of an inch. Thank you. I try to make that a small 1/4 of an inch. So I don't like, you know how you can take a ruler and put it on your drawn line and draw a line here and then draw a line 1/4 of an inch away from it so you know exactly where you're sewing. I find that if you do that, that's too big a 1/4 of an inch. You need that scant. I just call it small because nobody knows what a scant 1/4 of an inch is. Small kind of makes sense. So you're going to sew 1/4 of an inch on either side. Once you've done that, you're going to cut on that drawn line. And here it is. You'll have 2 pieces like that. You're going to press so that you press towards your smaller triangles. Once you've done that, you're going to take another of your small squares and put it right there in the corner. Once again, a line from one corner to the other corner, and you sew 1/4 of an inch on either side. Once again, a small 1/4 of an inch. Then you cut there, and then you have this. You're left with these. You'll have 4 of these in all once you've done this to all of your rectangles. And so you'll have this, and then it's time to trim. Trimming, the important thing about trimming is that you make sure that you have 1/4 of an inch at the top. So you always want to start your trimming at the top of your, am I still on the camera?
Yes.
Now, I will say that my favorite thing to trim a flying geese block with is the block lock flying geese. Now, the problem with the block lock flying geese is they're very pricey and most shops don't carry them. So you either have to go to a show or order them online. But there's a couple other ways around this. The block lock are very are nice because there's a little groove in the ruler like this. You fit that groove into your seam line and then you just trim around it. You have the perfect size for it. So, oh, of course I didn't bring any that were trimmed, but you need a cutter. But this will cut it exactly. Now, let's say you don't have that and you don't want to go and invest a whole lot of money in these little things. There's a couple of things that you can do instead. first of all, Creative Grids rulers, the 4.5 by 8.5 and the 6.5 by 12.5, they have a line on them that goes from here and here. So what you would do is you would take that same little flying geese and you line up those lines right on the seam line with 1/4 of an inch nicely over the top. Thank you for giving me this. I left it for a reason. So you line it up there and you trim off the top. Always trim off your top where the point is, so that you know that when you get to the end, when you go to measure the width of your block, you're gonna have enough. This is the most important part of a flying geese, is that you have that nice little point at the top. Then once you've done that, you're going to measure for your width. And the width of this is supposed to be, I think 2 inches. The width on this block that I'm making is 2 inches. So I'm going to trim it at 2 inches. So I've done the top first, then I do the bottom, and then this is magic. So once you've done that, when you look at the points down here at the bottom, those are going to be exactly where you need to cut it to make it the size that you want it. So then you can just make sure you're lining this up on a straight line so you know it's straight, and you can just cut right along, right next to that point, and you will have exactly the size you need. Now, that's pretty much it for making flying geese. And with this method, you're going to have a nice collection of flying geese that are all the same size and perfect. There you go. That's it.
Done. That's nice. I love the way you broke it down the steps.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, when I tell you, good education and the right tool makes the job so much easier.
The right tool makes it easier. And the other thing you can do, you can make kind of a fake flying geese block by taking a little stack. So here's your ruler like this. And actually, I like to use a smaller one because it's just easier for me. But you can take, you look at these lines right here. You take a little stack of maybe 3 or 4 strips of not adhesive tape.
Washi tape.
No, what's the other stuff? The blue stuff, the painter's tape.
Painter's tape.
Yeah, you take you make a little strip of painter's tape that has maybe 3 or 4 layers on it. You lay one layer going from here to here on your ruler, going up, another layer on the other side of the same thing, going up, so that when you catch the
I'll save a lip.
yeah,
Mhm.
you'll have a
Edge.
little lip along the edge of your seam line, and it will pretty much act like a block lock. So all you need to do then is have a ruler that you can use for all kinds of things, and some painter's tape.
Angelina said you can get like a set of these at a good price. I can't remember, but I thought that we looked into carrying these. I'm gonna have to look again because they keep coming up.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I know how good they are. I know how expensive they are, and I know that not everybody wants that. So thank you for showing a different option.
Yeah, agreed.
Um,
And Creative
Yeah.
Grid has a flying geese ruler too.
Yeah, almost anybody that makes rulers will have something that does flying geese, and so whatever works for you is fine. I have found. I think the first time I ever used one of these, I was taking a class, and the teacher, it was at one of the big shows, and the teacher had just come out, and the teacher had just tried it out. She said, "I just tried these. I'm not a spokesperson for this. Give it a try and see what you think." And I teach quilting, and so I just figured my flying geese were perfect. I didn't teach them change, but I thought, well, she suggested it. I'll give it a try. It really made a difference. It made a difference to have the perfect tool for the perfect job.
Perfect.
But there are other ways of doing it, and my flying geese turn out really well. And honestly, I think that having a tool like this that does one thing is not as effective as having one tool like this that will do a lot of things.
Mhm.
So it's kind of like buying stuff for your kitchen.
and we do have these.
Yes.
So minus the crack.
Yeah.
You need a new one. Oh my gosh.
Well,
Been
We have
using
both
it.
of them, I think.
Yeah. So no, it's nice. Yeah. Creative Grids are great.
Yeah, they're nice rulers. They can do what you want. You don't have to buy a bunch of other stuff. these two rulers are, I have 3 rulers that I keep with me all the time. These are 2 of them. And the other is a quilt in a day triangle square up ruler. And with those 3 rulers, I can do almost everything I want.
Nice. Fantastic. Any questions? Nope, because you were so thorough that you've answered everyone's questions. Good morning, Trish. I made it. I will watch replay. Hope you're doing awesome today. All right. Yeah, I know that's the only problem with dropping that down is it's right in your face. Right in your face. Oh, I can't turn it. Well, here's what we can do.
Ta-da!
There you go. But that does work better. People can see it,
I agree.
especially with the dark background. So fantastic. All right. Any questions? Is everybody a Flying Geese pro now? We're good?
Flying geese are so much fun. You can do so many things.
Show them on the
with them.
quilt behind you. There's flying geese.
Oh,
On
So
this quilt
here-
behind us here.
so here are flying geese right here. So you can have something in the center, a square or a 9 patch or whatever you want in the center. And then you can put your flying geese around the outside and you have a star. And then just, a block to fill that in the corner.
So
Flying geese are also right here.
super dumb question here, but flying geese are triangles.
Mm-hmm.
Half square triangle? What's the
Basically,
difference?
2 of them together.
Yeah, you can actually to make a flying geese, you can actually take 2 half square triangles and put them together. But you have a seam going down the center.
Right. Okay.
Mhm.
They gotta give it. Everything's got to have a fancy name,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Stack and whack is the same thing as the windmill
One block,
one block wonder.
Mhm. That's
Is the
It's
same name
similar.
as something else. Or,
Mhm.
Yeah. So anyway, that's awesome. Great demo, Nina says.
Oh,
I agree.
Thanks, Nina.
All right, awesome. So don't forget when you're shop hopping or just next time you come in, Sweet Melissa's gave us ice cream to offer to all of you, and the proceeds go to charity, which we will tell you the charity when you come in because it'll change each time. So I'm excited about that. This actually, we didn't really mention what this was, but Jaybird Quilts, we've had a trunk show going for this entire month. We have 5 quilts on display. We sold out of the lazy angle ruler immediately. We have them coming back in, which is the ruler that was used to make this, right, Tony?
Yeah, just the corner, not the flying.
This corner over here.
That one and the that one. Yep.
This one.
Yeah.
Yep, those 2 corners.
So, and we've got, and Jaybird Quilts, obviously, you guys probably know, fantastic stuff. And so we're trying to get you excited about that. So we've got a bunch of patterns and rulers and quilts on display.
Mhm.
So that's exciting. This one's cool. What else? Leave us a review, say nice things about us, sign your kids up for classes, and have a wonderful day. Is that it?
I think that's
All right. Well, live to create.
Enjoy the journey.
See you guys.
Deep breath in and hold.